Off the record, behind the writing desk, stepping into the storm. Welcome back to Off the Record, episode 4. Today I want to take you behind the writing desk and what it's really been like to write my memoir, Course of Reflection. When people hear memoir, they imagine polished stories told with clarity. But writing mine hasn't been clean or easy. It's been raw, at times overwhelming, because each word I write is a memory that I must face again. Writing this book hasn't been about escaping the storm. It's been about stepping straight into it. Revisiting the past. When I first began, I thought I was simply recording basketball stories, the games, the scores, the highlights. But what surprised me, how much more came to the surface. Every chapter wasn't just about basketball. It was about pressure, silence, identity, and how I was trying to hold it all together when I was barely old enough to understand what that even meant. Writing forced me to relive the things I've never said out loud. And in some ways, it hurt more now because I couldn't hide behind the uniform anymore. That's what stepping into the storm felt like, confronting memories I had trained myself to avoid. The emotional toil. There were nights when I had to stop mid-sentence because the memories were too sharp. Listening sessions often left me drained. But here's the thing. Storms aren't only destructive. They also reveal. Writing gave me something I didn't have at the time. Perspective. Through the storm, I could finally see the patterns, the costs, and the ways I tried to protect myself by staying silent. The desk became more than a writing space. It became a place to process, to heal, and to give voice to the boy who couldn't speak for himself. Why it matters. So why does this matter? Because I want readers to understand Course of Reflection isn't just a collection of stories. It's a book I had to fight to write. Every sentence came from a place I once avoided. But every polished chapter are hours of reflection, rewrites, and sometimes tears. When you hold this book in your hands, and I hope you do, you're holding not just my story, but the storm I stepped into to tell it honestly. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Off the Record. Writing a memoir isn't about nostalgia. It's about strength, clarity, and the resilience of character. For me, that meant learning not to run from the storm, but to step into it. If you want to keep following along, you can find more reflections on my Substack page. I'll be sharing more about this journey as we move closer to publication. Until next time, thank you for listening.